Hey everyone, so let's go ahead and go over Elite Flow 77, the Lisa flow. Now, this floor is a bit tricky. I have to say, this floor is a bit tricky. And the reason why, if you're looking to just clear the flow and not 3-star it, it should be pretty easy. It's not that hard. Obviously your team should be powered up and you should be um, equipped with the right war souls to do enough damage. But if you're trying to 3-star this flow, then this flow becomes a bit tricky. And the reason why is because of Lisa. Because her raid skill attacks your backline. And one thing I noticed in this floor is that Lisa, at least this version of Lisa, has a very high chance to crit. And as you know, your backline tends to be the most weakest in terms of defense most of the time. Most of your tanks tend to be in the front line and your damage dealers tend to be in the back line. So that plus the fact that she's critting, and sometimes if she applies her passive skill, which is Crush, depending on I think Crush applies when you have Asur Dragon characters in the backline. So Crush deals even more damage. So you need to make sure that these things are taken into consideration if you're trying to win this floor with a 3-star. If you're not trying to win the floor with a 3-star, you just want to just get done with the floor, go over to the next floor, or just do the floor so that you can get your gear drawing, the respective gear drawing, then this floor becomes very easy. But when you're trying to 3-star the floor, then the floor is a bit tough. Okay, and the second thing is similar to floor 76, which is the Yami floor. You have the problem wherein you don't get 3 rounds to build up rage on your team and then go ahead and go for the boss fight. You start off right off the bat on the boss fight, so you don't have rage on your team, and that is a disadvantage in types of these types of elite flows, because rage tends to be what gives you the most amount of damage on your enemy. So when you don't have rage build up, and sometimes it makes it even worse if you start the floor with no rage, because when you do your normal damage, your attacks trying to do damage on the enemy, you end up giving the enemy rage, and that makes it more difficult in a light flow, because the more times the enemy is raging, the more amount of characters you're losing, or the more amount of damage is being dealt on your team. So these are 2 things that you'll have to consider when it comes to this floor, and work appropriately. Now I'll just go over my team. I would have gone over the team and the war souls and everything, right? But I just wanted to go over every video, just give a quick brief on if I've made any changes or if it's the same war souls I'm running. So like always, Jin in support for the additional 10% passive, which is 10% more damage for bleeding characters on the enemy team. And Ichigo is in this one. I have given Ichigo. Normally, sometimes I give Ichigo Chad's War Soul. That way, there's a good possibility he can stun the opponent team. But here, I've gone full damage, and I've given. I think so. I'd given Umaida War Soul to do even more damage to the enemy team. And that Jin is also running Orihime's Vassal of Healing, and then the usual lineup Shinsui with Vassal of Armor, Mayuri with War Soul of Vigilance, the HP War Soul. Matsumoto with War Soul of Courage. Kenpachi with a crit War Soul. All three actually. The backline damage dealers, all three were running crit War Souls because I really wanted to crit in this flow. One thing I noticed is Hiyori, right off the bat, that Hiyori being a tank would be, able to block a lot of attacks. So unless I'm critting and bypassing the block, because crit bypasses block, it would become really hard to deal damage and defeat Lisa. Another approach that I did is when I did the initial flow runs, I used to go directly to Hiyori to try to take her out, try to take the tank out first, and I realized that the same issue that I was facing in floor 76, that some of your attacks would get blocked because the block rate and block chance is higher on the tank unit in the enemy line, in the enemy lineup. So instead I started doing what I did in 76, attack Mashiro, so that way she's no more in the picture, and then you will deal with just two characters and things become more easy. And also gain a little bit of rage, that way I can use raid skills on Hiyori and then do attack the usual normal attack, and hopefully some of the characters have mastery skill. Hopefully Kenpachi has mastery skill, because that makes it very easy, because crit War Soul, Uri War Soul plus mastery skill, Kenpachi really does a lot of damage, as you had seen in the previous video, the Yami video. So that was the game plan. Just try to take out first Mashiro, then take out Hiyori. And yeah, another very important thing is to make sure you're not feeding rage to Lisa, because Lisa attacks your backline and attacks 3 units of your backline. So she doing rage skill twice, that will take out 3 units just right then and there, and you can forget your 3-star on this floor. So the trick that I did in the last video, which is stacking up your guard units rage skill and then going all out when you reach to the final boss, which in this case is Lisa, that would be something I would recommend. And also just keep an eye on how much rage skill Lisa is building. If Lisa is very close to reaching her complete not rage skill, sorry, how much rage she's building, and she's close to reaching her complete rage bar, then, or getting close to that, then you might not want to release some rages of some characters to stack it for the next round when you go all out. So that would be something you'd have to keep in mind. You can just let her rage only once. Again, depending on your team and team power, team strength. Another tactic that you could try using, and I've done this for Tosin Elite Floor, is put your defense unit or your tanky units in the back line, and especially Black Tortoise units which gain rage when attacked, put them in the back line and put your damage dealers in the front line. That way the backline, which are the tank units, the defense units, they take Lisa's rage skill, and your damage dealers in the front line can survive more. So it depends on how you want to approach this floor. I stuck with my usual lineup of tanks in the front, damage dealers in the back, and just went with it. Made sure that all the backline had crit War Souls, that way they're critting and improving chances of winning this flow. So let me show you the flow run that I had, and go over it and break it down. Okay, first finisher attacks Mashiro, and the team is attacking Mashiro. The goal here is to try to take out Mashiro, that way she doesn't rage, and we have got one catalyst. And Ichigo tries hard with the crit there, but unfortunately that doesn't work out. Mashiro attacks Mayuri, but Mayuri having Jinta Vassal blocks a lot of those attacks that's coming his way. Lisa raids kill crits, but still Kenpachi survives, and we've still got 6 characters on the field. And now it's time to rage, and yeah, because the bleed Mashiro is no more. So if you notice, I have not released White Ichigo's rage, because just like it does in the start, we are stacking up the rage. That way we can go all out on Lisa. And right now it's just trying to take out Hiyori. Always rage first with Kenpachi and then go with your rest of the characters, because Kenpachi increases the crit of your backline. With crit war souls on your backline, there's a really good chance to hit crit, just like you can see right now. Crit by Zangetsu and crit by Kenpachi himself, because he's in the backline. We lose Matsumoto, still 5 characters, good chance to get 3-star. Now we release the raid skills of the guard stance and go all out. White Ichigo, Lisa gets crit, that's good amount of damage, and Kenpachi does his crit, and that's a lot of damage. And Zangetsu finishes it off. So this is the homework that I did for Extreme, Elite Floor 77, the Lisa floor. And this was my approach, and this is how I went with the run. I hope you like this video, and I look forward to putting out a lot of content on this channel. So hit that like button, guys, and also hit that subscribe button. Let's boost the subscribers over here. Let's boost the brotherhood, the F2P brotherhood with respect to Bleach Immortal souls. And look forward to putting out the next video. If you guys have any questions, please do drop it in the comment section. I do look at the comment section, and that's it for today. I hope you have a nice one, and BISF2P signing out.